A lot of parents can tell that they're failing as a parent when their child is around 12 and 13 and literally like developing anxiety disorders, depression, and like, problems literally as a result of their parenting.
People seem to have a lot of opinions on parenting and gentle parenting, soft parenting, all of these things. And I've got a bunch of videos that I've taken a look at, and it seems as though there's a lot of backlash that's happening on how parenting has changed over the years. So let me know what you think in the comments below.
I'm really not understanding this soft parent era, I want to be your best friend era. The lack of parenting is really starting to show in these maniac children. I want to tell you something. My parents are so strict that I was 16. When I turned 16, I didn't have a car, but I used my mom's car and I went out with my friends. And I was driving down the road and low-key ran a red light on accident. So I got pulled over and I got a ticket. Okay. So I got a ticket. I went home. I showed my parents. I'm like, hey, it's a $250 ticket for running this red light. I did it on accident. I'm sorry. They were like, yeah, okay, come here, sit down. Okay. I'm sat. I was playing softball at the time. We were training to get ready for the season. My dad sat me down. He said, hi, queen. So yeah, due to you having a ticket of $250 that you don't have the money to pay for because you're in high school and you don't have a job, you're going to quit your softball team, even though you made varsity as a freshman, you're a great player, and you are going to go get a job and you're going to make money to pay off this $250 ticket. And if you think you're driving another car again, think again, babe. Think again. So go call your coach. Let her know that you fucked up so royally bad that now you have to quit the softball team to go get a job flipping burgers so that you can pay for this $250 ticket. Because if you think I'm paying for it, that was my parents.
I really want to know if other parents are going through the same thing. I am a millennial who's trying his best not to be a toxic parent. Millennials, y'all know how it was back in the day, right? We used to get beat for anything. If you're chewing too loud, pop. You left your clothes on the floor, pop. You ain't speak to your mama when she came in, pop. And if you didn't pull the chicken out the freezer like your mother asked you to when she called you on her lunch break, pop. Now, after living through all of that trauma and seeking many, many hours of therapy, I am now a millennial parent who has to choose his words wisely when talking to his 7-year-old son. For example, my wife and I were in our son's room today helping him clean it. Why we were helping him clean it, I don't know. My therapist says it has something to do with me wishing and hoping that my daddy would have helped me in my childhood, whatever. We found out this boy been eating in his room after his mother specifically told him not to. Now, I know what my parents would have did to me if I would have so much as left a cup in my room. That belt would have been on and popping. But since I'm trying my hardest not to pass down the same trauma that was given to me, I just took his PS5 and made him go to bed early. We getting soft.
So I'm biking through the park and I noticed this kid playing in the river and his parents are off to the side. I just noticed it and I kept biking and all I hear is, "Shut up!" at the top of the kid's lungs. And I look over and the parents are just like, "Oh, I guess he's not ready to talk yet." Brother, if I yelled at my parents like that, my head would have went through the sand. That's crazy, man. I'm like, who's the adult here? Like, how are you letting your kids talk to you like that? That's insane.
A lot of parents can tell that they're failing as a parent when their child is around 12 and 13 and literally like developing anxiety disorders, depression, and like, problems literally as a result of their parenting. They know what they're doing to their kid. They know that they're yelling. They know that they're screaming. They know that they're destroying this child. So instead of changing it, they start to run a narrative. And that's how we have like the troubled teen like industry. They are going to run this child's character into the ground. Okay, you don't listen and you never have. They have done everything that they can to get through to you. You're completely not there. Mind you, they're not changing. They're still screaming and yelling. If anything, this is like emboldening them too, because like other people are now seeing the effects of their behavior on your behavior. And so they're just like, oh, this kid's just a punk kid. This kid's awful. This kid's evil. And they would rather continue to run you down and make what's happening to you your fault in the eyes of the public than to ever take ownership. That always kills me. I'm talking about beyond scared straight. I'm talking about literally like Dr. Phil. I'm talking about any time that a parent gets in anyone's face, your face, my face, TV, and starts crying that they don't know what to do with their kid. I know they have, from probably birth to like age 10, they gave that child hell. And now they just don't know what to do. They don't listen.
Hot take, I think you should let other people discipline your kid. I said it. I let my friends discipline my daughter. Nobody's had to spank her yet, but they definitely get on to her, and I appreciate it because her whole life, she's going to have somebody telling her what to do. She's going to have to answer to somebody her whole life, whether that be her husband, the mortgage company, the bank, the car note, her car note, insurance, electric, water, phone, her boss at her job. She's gonna have to answer to somebody her whole life. So I think it's very healthy for other people to discipline her. And in turn, I discipline my friends' kids, and I've had to spank one of them. Honestly, it was just a distinct reaction where we were on a little trip and my daughter was sitting behind me. I was in the passenger seat and my friend was up there driving and her son was behind her, and he's a little hellion and he's a hoodlum, and she doesn't discipline very well. If anything, she argues with him, and she may see this, and that's okay. And he called her a fat and told her, "I hate you." And she said, "Autumn, get him." Now, I don't know in that moment if she meant, tell him not to talk to me like that. But in that moment, I thought it called for swooping. So that's what I did. I spanked him on his legs because that's as far as I could reach. I unbuckled and I went back there. Honey, I spanked him. And he got upset. He covered his head with his blanket or whatever. He's 8. And it didn't work. And the rest of that trip, she kept saying, "Autumn, get him, get him." And I said, "Honey, that's not my son. That is your son. You're going to have to discipline him. You're going to have to teach him how to talk to people, how to treat his mom and dad. You're going to have to set boundaries. This may need an evaluation. This may need extra help, But I do think it's healthy for your friends and family to discipline your kid. And some people don't like that, but I do. And I'll discipline your kid.
Let me be the first to say this, gentle parenting, it doesn't work. I am so sorry, gentle parenting does not work. I work with kids. I had a kid the other day, he threw his mess on the floor. So I said, "Hey," I'm going to call him Billy. "Billy, can you just pick up your own mess that you dropped on the floor?" "No." "No." "Sorry, Billy, can you please pick it up on the floor?" "No." So I go over to Billy. I go, "Hey, Billy, you've dropped this on the floor. Do you mind picking it up? I'll even help you pick it up." He goes, spits at me. I go, "Billy, that is not acceptable behavior. I'm going to go tell your dad when he gets here." Dad gets here. "Hey, your son Billy just spat at me." "Oh, my son would never do such a thing." "He did. The marks are on me. He spat at me." "That would never work. Can you go say sorry to his sir?" If this was my parents and they ever heard I spat at someone, I would not live to tell the tale.
It really is an issue when the kids are the ones that are suffering. And if they're going into the classroom and it's really showing what is happening at home in terms of maybe the lack of parenting, or maybe it's something that's happening through social media, who knows? It seems as though it's really giving teachers a hard time. So one of the things that I'm seeing in these videos is that when parents aren't really giving everything that they can to their kids, I guess it's becoming a bit of an issue. But is it really the parents' fault in this scenario? Is it more on the social media side? Is it coming from the schools as to what the schools are providing in terms of curriculum or the lack thereof? Curious on what you think, and let me know in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video.